it up, didn't we? Hello. Welcome to Jidawan, the Taoist Center, and the study of the Tao with Dr. Alex Stang. I see lots of familiar faces and people we haven't seen for a while. Joan is here from LA, and as he approached, he realized that Shifu and I were in the garbage room looking for a few spots. So I laughed and I said to him, you know, when you come to the Taoist Center, you just never really know what you might find. The Shifu's in looking for fuses. Different ways to be inspired for the evening. I wanted to just sort of catch everybody up with some things that happened since our January meeting together. We had Master Desmond Murray here from England, and that was really great fun. We had about 20, 25 people just playing Qigong the last Saturday of January and mixing it up a little bit with I am a seaweed and Lei Shi, their form of Qigong. Oh, I thought I heard another voice there. And then we had Chinese New Year a couple of weeks ago. And the only thing I can say about that party is, A, there was about 125 people, so it was very festive and full. And everyone did a great job performing, including Naomi and Sharon and the Kung Fu students. And it was such a good party that one person came out and couldn't find his shoes. So we have a pair of black Clarks that nobody wants to claim, and we have a young man that went home in some Jidawan slippers because his shoes had walked away. So if anyone happens to see a pair of black shoes that maybe aren't quite theirs, they look like theirs, but maybe they're not, they might belong to Nick. So we'll have to get them recycled. When I was thinking about preparing for tonight, Dr. Fang's been talking a lot about this year of the rabbit and how it's a time to be still and be able to hear and see and sense and think about making the next leap. And since it's Friday, the last Friday of the month, I'm always leaping around, getting the program done, making cookies, trying to figure out if we have a battery for the microphone. And as I was doing all that, I saw this trail of ants. Ants are quite common in our house because we don't believe you should put chemicals around, so they like that. They seek us out. And I saw this trail, and I cleaned everything up, and I swept them away, and I wiped everything with water, and I went to work. When I came home tonight, there was an army of ants in the house. I said, what? And so I looked at them, and I saw them coming, and it looked like they were coming from under the trapdoor to underneath the house in the closet. So I thought, well, that makes sense. It's cold, they found an opening, they're coming up. But what's calling them in? Wasn't the garbage can, it's all sealed and safe. Wasn't the cookies, they were all in a tin. Wasn't any leftover dishes. And so then I saw they were coming up on one of the tables. And I looked and I said, are they after the tangerines? Are they after the apples? Bananas? What? Ants don't do that kind of healthy eating. I really couldn't figure it out, so I swept them all up again. And a few minutes later I came out, there they were again. And I said, okay, what are you supposed to do? Maybe turn this off.
Yeah, that's what I do.
What are you supposed to do when you keep being bombarded by the ants? You're supposed to be still and watch them, right? Ants will tell you what the goal is in their life. You just follow the little trail. And guess what was in the middle of the table? A big old bag of raisin bread, wide open. So they were having a field day. And I had to laugh at myself because I thought, how much like life is that? You know, that something is bothering you, and so you look for all the little pieces, and you look at where it began, and can't see the forest for the tree. The big old bag of raisin bread, such sweetness, such delight for them. So I felt a little guilty, but I scooshed them all outside. And I think they're out there partying with the raisin bread as we speak. As we're moving into this new year of the rabbit, there are going to be several things this year that I think will be quite exciting, and one of those will be the annual Qigong Congress, which is going to be April 29th to May 2nd in San Francisco. And Xiaoguan will again host it, and anyone that's interested in volunteering and partaking in a little bit of the craziness of that event, and those of you that have volunteered in the past know what I'm talking about. It's always quite frenetic, but it gets pulled off, and Dr. Chow is bringing together really quite a stellar group of teachers and performers, so that will be an opportunity. If you're interested, contact me, and I'll make sure that you can have a job to do so that you can come to the conference. And then in October, of course, our annual Taoist gathering with the theme of immortality. And it's very interesting because many people are interested in that. They're intrigued by the theme, immortality. Does Dr. Fang really mean living forever? Do you think he answered if I asked him that question? Is he talking about physical mortality, spiritual immortality? And it's interesting to see what people are coming forth with. But I think the energy around it is going to make it really one of the best conferences. So be sure to save the dates at the end of October. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Fang.
Oh, come on, you can do better. There we go. What I do to do it right.
Hello, everyone.
We have it cranked up because we're having trouble hearing it on the video.
Is it okay for everyone? Not too loud. If it's too loud, move back. Who's here for the first time? 1, 2, 3. First time. And you came here through Eric originally. How did you come to find out? And how did you?
Through Eric.
Through you. And how did you?
Through the internet.
Internet. Nice. So what brings you here? Anyone? Any people? You don't have to speak at once.
Curiosity.
Curiosity about what? What is Taoism?
No, I know what Taoism is.
What, and you're
Taking
curious
it
about?
deeper within myself.
So what are you curious about? Are you just curious, period?
Yeah, you could say that. I'm curious about how I could apply it more to my path.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm curious as well. I guess that's a good general direction, but I'm not sure what I'm trying to find, so just wanted to see.
Welcome. So I usually start by saying a little bit about Taoism, what perceived Taoism is. This year's conference is going to be immortality, which is a school of study, ology, some kind of ology in spiritual practice, chemical practice of Taoism, which is unusual. There are other people who study this as well. There are only a few schools of study of this nature, so it'll be very interesting for you to see who's going to be speaking at the Taoist conference, because not everybody has a volunteer to speak about the subject. It's not a subject that easily talked about. So you have to have some, experience and some study. Not just study, but some experience combined with your study to be able to speak about it and to be asked questions about it. So it should be a very exciting and interesting conference. And the whole idea of immortality comes from the idea of Wuji, the great void. Today I was giving a class at Contra Costa College, and I teach them Qigong, and there are four major principles that we teach in Qigong. First principle is be comfortable with yourself. I'm a seaweed. Be comfortable with yourself. Explore your boundaries, but be comfortable with yourself. It's rule number one. Or principle number one. Principle number two is stillness. A sense of stillness. Principle number three is what I call connectivity. So those who've been in class will know what I mean. It's through connectivity with anything that your relationship begins. With the eyes, with the sound, feelings, thoughts, whatever it is. That connectivity that allows you to move freely, sometimes leading, sometimes following. We call it Taoist. Taoist guide, leading means entice. Taoist. Fourth principle is the principle of form and formless. Form and formless. So we ask you to recognize your form and we ask you to let go. So in the middle of the class I asked this once again. What are the four major principles? Anyone? First one is?
Be comfortable.
Be comfortable with yourself. Second one is?
Stillness.
Stillness.
Stillness, silence. Jing. Jing means without struggle. It's a major principle in alchemical practice in Taoism, in self-cultivation. A sense of stillness, like a major ingredients that you need. And what's the third?
Connectivity.
Connectivity. And the fourth is?
Formlessness.
Formless. The students at Contra Costa College have that moment of like. So I said, that is formless. That is Wuji. When you reach this space where you're like in awe, and nothing comes out. Your mind is like where you sit in this space of total potential. Anything can come out. Anything can come out. And when something comes out, that's a form, a sound, a thought. So substance comes out of nothingness and transforms back into nothingness. Because originally it's so it's the idea of yin and yang, the idea of creation, the idea of residing in the space of all potential at all time. We were practicing Tai Chi the other day, and one of the students who'd been with me like 17 years, and only recently she said, it's about energy. Yes. And she was teaching class the other day and talking about the energy of the students. And I said, oh wow, you understand. You understand. It's not about just form, it's not about just movement, it's about a combination of all of it. It's about energy. It comes from a nothing space, and then you have a recognition of that nothingness. That recognition is Tai Chi. And Tai Chi is yin and yang, the world of duality. So in Taoism we say, yes, recognize this, recognize both of them coming from yourself, and move in the space between the two, so you're not confused, because every is just temporary. It's just for the time being. It's transient. It's designed for this moment only, for this moment, for realization for this moment. It's not permanent. Next question gives you a different answer. Next idea takes you to a different world. Whereas you live in that space between yin and yang. Don't get confused, because you can't function. We say, yes, you can function easily, but try. But try. How do you try? We call it wu wei, not for the sake of. So if you have the state of Wuji, then you function. You function in a way not attached to any of the birth of the potential. You just recognize it and you say, okay, next. So, Wu Ji and Tai Chi. It's about differences and about recognition of differences and recognition of the space in which you come from. And some people say, well, I don't need that. I would say that it's okay. You don't need it. Just don't get caught in delusion. Don't get caught in Maya. Don't get caught in your ego. That's fine. Because when you get caught in those things, you go into a vortex. It's hard to get out. It's not impossible. Always easy. If the opportunity is right and influence is right, you can get out. As a general rule, it's hard if you're trapped in Maya. If you're trapped in your mind. So we study your three treasures. One of the treasures is what? Sambal. What is the sambal? You've been here before, Eric. What are the three treasures in Taoism?
Taoist.
Taoism.
Everything.
Yeah.
Peace be one.
Peace is one. Peace is good. Yeah. There are three common things that we always talk about. Right?
Love?
Love is excellent. Love is really the foundation of everything. But there are like three, we call it three treasures. Come on, anybody who chicken feet? Chicken feet? In the wrong place. It's like I'm so chicken feet. Chi, right? Chi is right. But before chi, there's another one. We call it what?
Shen?
Shen, yeah. Before object is another. What's the third one? Jing. Jing, essence. Okay. So essence. Essence. And what is your essence, we ask? What is your essence? Why do you need this stuff? Why do you know? Why do you need to know your essence? I don't know. You tell me. Because it's who you are. It's essentially who you are. It's what came to be you. Is your essence. So live in that space of understanding what your essence is. Essence then can be transformed. We call it transmutation. Transform into energy or vitality. Now, sometimes Jing is considered the orgasmic or sexual fluid of he and she. That's one of the ways to look at it. So there's tantric practices where you cultivate two practices in that form. And some people say, no, Jing is clear rice. Clear rice. Rice that has not been developed in its potential state, ready to grow and become rice. So we say, through transformation of understanding your Jing essence, you can cultivate your Qi. What is Qi? Qi can be interpreted as vitality. Come in. Are you in the right place? Boy, if you are, come on in. Let me hesitate. Welcome. Your place is ready to wear out there. They always sit right there. You can move the chairs, get some blankets. Blankets in the back. What was that? Chi. So through transformation of Qi, you can reach a state of spirit, Shen. So those are the three treasures human beings may have. Okay? Essence, energy, vitality in this different form. Qi is also breath. So Qi has many interpretations. There's all different kinds of Qi. Chinese medicine, you have how many kinds of Qi, Johnson?
Oh, at least 17 in the textbook.
Just name a few.
There's Wei Qi.
Wei Qi, which is what?
Defensive Qi. It's like an immune system.
Protective energy. So you can produce protective energy. Wei Qi in your body, but also, you can spread this protective energy, this feeling of protection. What else?
Yin Qi.
Yin Qi, nutritional energy, what you eat, your nutrients, your body holds nutrients, you have Yin Qi, Yin energy. Without food, you have no Yin Qi. Without food, you cannot get Wei Qi up. What other Qi do you have?
You mentioned breath. Use breath.
Breath is chi, breathing. Very important.
What's that one called?
Say,
What's that one called?
that's called tuna.
Huh?
Tuna.
To know. Yeah.
So the ancient word for Qigong practice is tuna. The ancient term for Qigong practice is tuna. Tu means na means na means absorption. Tu means vomit, or spit out, or expel, or express. Absorption and projection. That's tuna. Ancient study of Qigong is about tuna. How can you absorb? How can you project? So what are the Qi is there? And also the character Dao Yin is used. Dao Yin. Dao means guiding, means to entice or something like that. To guide, to move with. There's in the realm of Qigong practice, which is also a Taoist practice for you. Qi means energy. Gong means work. The character Qi is written as rice and vapor. Once again, substantial to insubstantial. Yeah. Transformation of the both, you need both. What other kind of Qi are there? Everybody talks about Qi, Qi.
If there's yin qi, there must be yang qi.
Yin Qi is considered nutritional substance in the body, yeah.
Energy.
Nutritional foundation, fluid foundation is energy. Yang Qi is that makes you warm. If you touch your hands right now, your hands are not warm. You don't have Yang Qi in you. You don't have sunshine. You're gonna have both. You're gonna have sunshine and water. We're made of both. And without sunshine, the water cannot transform. Without water, sunshine dries you out, you burn up. Too much red in your tongue, your face, too much heat in the body. Dry skin, dry you up. Hot tongues, crack. You need fluid, yin and yang balance, harmony. So you study that in Chinese medicine. That's part of the Taoist tradition. Any other Qi?
Stagnant?
Stagnant Qi. Yeah, you're stuck. The Qi can be stuck. How can your Qi be stuck? How does one get stuck Qi?
Rigid? You're rigid?
And what?
If you're rigid,
You're rigid. You hold. The more you hold, the more rigid you are, the more stuck. So how do you understand?
Well, physically you can be in freezing water for too long.
You can be in water too long to be unstuck.
Freezing water.
Breathing water.
Freezing. Cold.
You're still talking about
rigid.
constriction, right?
How your feet can get stuck.
I think he asked how do you get unstuck.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, we move to the next thing. It's okay. Let's go back to the first one. Yes. To be stuck, you can be emotionally stuck. You can be physically stuck, like in cold water. Cold water can make blood freeze and everything gets stuck in your muscles cramp up. So stay warm. When you're cold and wind damp, stay warm. This is teaching. So how do you get unstuck? You can stay away from cold, damp, and wind, but you're also emotionally wet.
Think of a joke.
Think of a joke as a great thing. Laughing releases this stuck emotion and feeling. And those who don't laugh tend to be constipated emotionally. It's important to know how to laugh. You don't know how to laugh, you're constipated. It's true. So, thank you. Release, you stretch, you move, you move, you move. There's a great teacher by the name of Feng Zhiqiang, a Chen style lineage practitioner that changed to his own style at the end called Hunyuan Tai Chi. You may have heard of that. Hunyuan is the space of the tumultuous time when the universe is formed. Hunyuan. That's his path. And he said in the lecture one time, they charge like $800 a weekend to learn one thing. The one thing is change. He had one wisdom to say to everybody. He says, just change. Just change. When stuck, change. So it was great wisdom. Great wisdom. Any other kind of achievement?
I'm more asking than offering. So when we engage with each other, there's clearly an interaction of energy. And so I would imagine that's one.
So in Qigong practice and in Tai Chi practice, the idea is that you are connected. And being connected means there's no you and I. And so the practice is about one being, how to be one, how to manage two in one being. It's about management of breath, management of movement, management of thoughts between two people. That's the practice. That's why it takes a little time to learn about that way of being with each other. So yes, there's connectivity as a kind of energy, but the energy is a transformative energy. It's never stuck energy. And there's a principle that we use in Tai Chi. The principle is buddhi. Don't fight. Would you don't lose it. Don't lose it and don't fight it. It's like flying a kite. Don't lose it. Don't fight it. Flow with it. Learn to flow with the connection of a string. That's the practice. So when you do Qigong, you do Tai Chi, and internal styles, exercise, that is what you're seeking. You're seeking for the thread of connection to an energetic management. Your breath, your mind, your body. Yeah? That's just a practice. There are many different ways. This is just a suggestion of practice. Any other kind of Qi? Very Qi. There's no Qi.
Is the chi of each different organ yet?
Yeah, organs have Qi. Organs have Qi. Each one of your organ have energy, yang energy, yin energy. Yeah. Anything else? So the reason why we do all these exercises is to use a form, qi, through our body, shen, to achieve fa, the way. What is the way? The way is a way of harmony. None stuck, none constriction, none fight, and none breaking off, not losing. There's connectivity through the practice. That is the practice, understanding of that, and working in those realms. All forms are designed to achieve that. All forms is designed to achieve harmony and benefit for the body. When you move, your body has to change. If your body is awkward, things will be stuck. If I put you in a really awkward position, qi doesn't flow, you're going to fall down. Okay? If you push me and get out of the way, you're going to fall down. You just dropped into emptiness. So the idea is not to lose, not to fight, in harmony with form. Any form that you do is for the purpose of qi and blood flow in the body. Good energy flow. So you're always healthy. Whenever there's blockage, move through one way or the other. Yes, sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you have pain. Sometimes you have hereditary stuff that you carried with you for thousands of years. Yes. But make this your practice to alleviate that, to cut the cord of the bondage. Yeah? Oh, I was working with Alta Bates, actually, Alta Bates Hospital. And there was a woman who was going through chemotherapy. And she was in crutches and everything. She could hardly walk. And she took the Qigong class. And by the end, she took the crutches. So when she was jumping, moving around. But she said in the beginning of the class, going through her chemotherapy reminded her of a car accident that she was in. In the car accident, she said the steering wheel crashed her to the back of the seat. She felt this pressure. And then she said this chemotherapy is giving her the same experience. She feels crushed, just totally crushed. And she's distraught. So I said, what was the lesson of your first accident? Without a missing a beat, she said, I survived. And the minute she said that, a light went on. I can survive that. I can survive this. That is the connection. That is the practice of Qigong. Not just on the physical plane, not just being able to jump up and down, but to be able to make history part of your leaping platform to the next stage. Somebody told me yesterday, oh, I made so many mistakes. I'm a teacher, I made so many mistakes. I said, good. Without making these mistakes, how would you know anything? It's through the changing of mistakes that you make that you come to realize what you have to do to make things easier, smoother. You know, so Year of the Rabbit says exactly that. Every jumping stone that you took that brought you to this moment. Now, this experience that teaches you where to jump next and how to jump next. So it is an attribute, not a detriment. Not so many. I was in a bad relationship for 3 years. I was abused for 3 years and didn't know how to say anything. I finally got out of that relationship. It took me 3 years. Only 3? Lucky. Some stay in it for like 50 years. A long time. 500 years. Longer. So we say change. Change. Yes.
Why would someone stay in a bad relationship for 50 years?
Why? What do you think that may happen?
Because they were forced to?
That could be. Yeah. Comfort zone is another reason. How does somebody force you to do something? Through violence, through fear? Not only. How would anybody force you to do anything? Not teach you.
Threats?
What?
Threats?
Okay.
Threatening threats.
Threatening. Yeah. Make you fearful. But if you're not fearful, would that still work?
Very serious threats, like they could cry it out, almost.
But they threaten something about you that you're afraid of, right? Your body, maybe your mind, maybe your emotions. But if you come from a place of fearlessness, okay, I don't know this thing called fear. Let's just say. Just try it out. You know? I'm comfortable with fear. I'm comfortable with fearless state of being. Just try it. With something, you know the story that I always tell. There's a warlord comes to this village, kills everybody. Woman, child, dogs, cats. He'll show everybody how mean he can be. Ruthless, you know. He goes to the next village, kills everybody. He goes to the third village, there's an old woman standing outside just sweeping the floor. He's furious. Everybody runs away from me. Why should this old woman stay there and sweep the floor like nothing's happening? Doesn't she know she's going to die? She's sweeping the floor as if it's an important thing to do. So he general goes up to the woman and says, "Do you know who I am?" "No." "I'm the one that can kill you one strike with my sword without blinking an eye." I said, "Oh, do you know who I am?" The general says, the woman says, "I'm the one that can let you strike me dead with one strike of your sword and not blink an eye." A fearless state. A fearless state. It's just a story. But it tells you a way to break bonds, break spells of threats, of this and that. Nobody wants to get hurt, sure. No one wants to be scared, sure. No one wants to be hungry, sure. And they say in some textbook, when you resolve, the rain doesn't bother you. When you resolve, the rain doesn't bother you. Yeah. So be free. Be free. Be free from the insect. Where was I?
He's back to the cheese. We'll go back up to the one, the cheese, or what about kimchi? Everybody needs a lap,
We're
right?
talking about cheese and the chicken feet. These things are spontaneous. These learnings are spontaneous. At the moment, it comes with the wisdom that's at hand. So it's not about reading a book or, something to lecture. All of it helps, but true knowledge comes spontaneous. And once you understand it, you need to make it immersive part of your life. If you have a vision quest and you gain the vision, know it. Live by it. You need to be honest with yourself. Only with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and you can live freely and transform. A student today said, we asked the question, of course, there are two habits of some students. One habit is, no, but let me tell you. So we'll start with the no. I actually know people who name themselves Boo, means no. So it's a common word to say no within something. So you contradict yourself. You live in the world of divided contradiction within yourself as you open your mouth. Another thing that somebody likes to say is, oh, never mind. You say something, you say, what is it? But never mind. In our school, never mind is a huge request. It's doable. It's totally doable. Never mind, it's totally doable. But it's a huge request. Just want you to know that. We say we talk about Dantian. Those of you know about seminar field, Dantian. Dan means pills. Tian means field, the field of pills. A pharmaceutical company. for yourself. So what is it that you want to plant? First of all, you need to have fertile soil. So you have to be fertile. You have to prepare. You have to be ready to plant, to be able to nurture, to be able to receive. And you have to do this. Otherwise, who knows what would happen. So we say there are a couple of ingredients you need. One is realization. The word is wu. Wu is written in Chinese, my heart. My heart. You have to know your heart. You have to realize your heart. You have to realize in your heart the full potentiality of it. You need to have that as an ingredient to cook. To cook yourself in alchemical practice. You need perfect stillness of your heart, of your mind, and of your body as an ingredient. So you need to practice perfect stillness, whatever it takes. Not so jittery. We say, stay away from chop suey thoughts. Don't fill yourself with chop suey thoughts. Chop suey thoughts are miscellaneous thoughts that lingers around you. It looks like it tastes good. And it's, diverse. You know the story of chop suey, right? There's a story of chop suey. Some restaurant in Europe, they have a Chinese chef. The Chinese chef came as a guest and cooked delicious food. And everybody who had the meal, like high royalty people, important people, so on and so forth, rich people. And they were very satisfied, but they wanted more. This is so good, we want more. So the cook says, So he takes all the scrap left over. Puts it together, puts it out there. Chop suey. They loved it. It's a mixture of things that all looks good. Leftovers. Chop suey thoughts. Stay away from chop suey thoughts. And the last one, the ingredients for this cooking, is unity with your spirit. Unity with your spirit. Whatever it is for you, you have to discover that. But you need to say, I am with. I am with. I am with my spirit. And my spirit is Wuji, recognition of all potential. And stillness. So, in our practice of this stuff here, it includes many forms of exercises. Diet is an exercise. Make sure you eat right. We also say diet means not just what you take in, but how you eliminate. So the passage has to be clear. How you bring it in, let it go. How you bring it in, how you let it go. So diet is an important practice in our school of thought. Exercises of all sorts, for your mind, thinking, exercise of your breath, exercise of your body, endurance, all of that exercise is important. Movement is important. Sleep is important. Some meditators walk in the line between awake and sleep. They feel that sleep is like indulgence, overindulgence, because you're not necessarily conscious. You don't want to be conscious to the point where you're distracted by illusion. So it's a midline between consciousness and sleep. But in the physical plane, you need rest. You need that stillness. Exercise doesn't give you strength. Exercise just makes you tired. Breaks your muscles down. Yeah, takes your nutrients away. That's what exercise do. But through the rest that you get after exercise, that's how you rebuild. So you need to have that. Let it come, let it go. Sleep. Bath is important. Bath. Bathe yourself. Wash yourself. Not just with water, soap, perfume, fragrance, good people. Wash yourself with energy. Do a chi bath. Do a chi bath for yourself. All the system, all your organs. Take a bath. Take a bath of your brain. Take a bath of your lungs. Take a bath of your organs. Take a bath of your immune system. Take a bath of your reproductive system. Take a bath of your respiratory system. Take a bath of your limbic system. Take a bath of your skeletal system. Take a bath of your whatever system are there. Any medical people in there?
Digestive?
What is it?
Digestive?
Digestive system.
Your skin.
Skin.
Immune system.
What is it?
Your immune system.
Your immune system. What's the system?
Nervous system.
Nervous system.
Endocrine.
Lymphatic system.
Endocrine system.
Endocrine system. Brain system. Mind system. So give all of that a wash.
Visualization.
What?
Visualization.
Visualization. In this practice, if you want to. All these exercises, you have to decide what works with you. So when you come to the Qigong class, you'll learn is visualization necessary. And if you do have visualization, what does it mean? Are you experiencing visualization? Are you creating visualization for you to experience it? Will somebody else experience it? So it's a study. No right or wrong. But it is a study. It is a school of thought. You know, visualization, nobody is visualization. Suggestion, no suggestion. Willful or not willful. It's a school of thoughts. Discuss it. So make sure you take that. And last is clothing. Make sure you are your personal feng shui. Your personal feng shui is like beautiful. Yeah, it's flowing. Feng means wind, shui means water. So when the wind and water flow smoothly, everything flourishes. Same with your body. Your clothing reflects that. How you dress yourself, your color, what you want to present and vibrate makes a difference. Dark color, light color, red color, blue color, green color, rainbow color. Okay? That's the flag of Bolivia. It represents diversity. It's a rainbow as a country. Think of that. The country has a rainbow as its flag. Wonderful. All inclusive is what makes a rainbow beautiful. Wonderful idea for a country. Yeah. Any questions? Yes.
Shifu, would you say again about Jing Shen Qi?
Hin Qi Shen.
Jing Qi Shen? I'm unclear about Shen. How does Shen mix with how does it fit with the other two?
It is, nothing is separate. It's all the same. Please bring separateness just for the sake of conversation. Your essence of spirit. It's just for conversation's sake. And there are different places you can practice. For example, you can practice your jing in your kidney area, your lower dantian. That's traditionally how you summon that energy. productive energy, a vibrant energy, a birth energy, a spanda energy. And traditionally, you can go to the vibration in the lungs and the heart or your middle chakra. And you can also go to the place where there's no sexual energy, no heart energy. What are you left with? Find a different space. It's called spirit energy. We say spirit energy is Wuji. No different. You're with the spirit. Enough or more? Yeah? So far okay? No questions?
So you mentioned feng shui and the clothing. So what would be a kind of a primary focus in feng shui that would help inform? What's the principle?
The principle is aesthetic. That's all it is. Aesthetic. Pleasing. Pleasing to the eyes, pleasing to the mind, pleasing to the feelings, pleasing to the comfort. It's pleasing. It's aesthetically beautiful. It's balanced. It's curious. It's intriguing. It's suggestive. It's moving. From personal standpoint, also from space standpoint. Same thing. What makes you feel pleased? But you have to know what pleases you. You don't know that, you don't know where to start. So you gotta start with what pleases you. Aesthetically, you have to learn about your own, I think, the down aestheticism.
So it's like being comfortable with yourself.
Yes. It's a huge piece. It's so simple. It's a huge piece. It's a huge, huge piece. So easily said. Be comfortable with yourself. At all time. At all time, no matter what. Typhoon. Tsunami. Comet falling. Broken heart. No money. Learn to go to a comfortable place for your own health. That doesn't mean you don't go through uncomfortable places to find out what comfortable is. The exercise that we do in Qigong is called, one of the exercises we do is agitation. We agitate points. Every point, right one point, make one points, choose 6 points. So we agitate, because in agitation, your body wants harmony, it wants health. If you agitate it, something is going to come out that's healthy and well balanced. Without agitation, oftentimes it's just stagnant. So we say it's okay to move things around. That doesn't mean for the sake just for moving. 2 monks were arguing with each other. They said, that flag that's moving, it moves as if on its own accord. The other monk says, big monk says, no, the flag moves because the wind blows. The wind makes the flag move. They ask Guanyin, who happens to walk by, and they, hey, Guanyin, what do you think? Guanyin is the goddess of mercy. It's like, why be all this thing and all that? So they said, Guanyin, what do you say to this? He said, it is the wind in your heart that's moving. Yeah. So don't move for the sake of moving. We say in In stillness, you can see all movements. The more still you are, the more you can see, because you're not attached to it. You're not like trapped by it, drawn by it. You're still. We'll also say in movement, see stillness. And when the monkey jumps from one tree branch to another tree branch, and the rabbit jumps from one rock to another rock, seeks in motion stillness. Yeah? It's just a practice. So far, so good. If there are more questions, we'll do a little meditation. I want to say a few things about events. Last Friday of every month, we have a Taoist class like this. Please invite your friends if you think this is a good thing. There's always cookie and tea afterwards. Excuse me. Don't forget the Taoist conference. I had a co-instructor in judo by the name of Joe Watson. Joe Watson was a guy who had raised 4 or 5 children and volunteered his time at halfway houses with troubled children. And one time we had some events going on. We needed the support of the students. We asked for support. Very graciously and wonderfully put on a lot of money and time and energy. And I said, oh, Joe, thank you so much. He said, of course. You must support what you believe in. If you don't, you turn around, it's not there anymore. Charlene has a good saying that I like. She always says, nurture your relationship. Just take it for granted. Nurture. Give some water, give some sunshine. Take your friends out for a meal once in a while, call them a hello. Nurture your friendship. Nurture yourself. It's not the nurture, it's your ability to feel nurture. You have the ability to nurture the healer. If you can heal others, you can certainly heal yourself without having to do anything. And it's a natural process. So be involved in the community. I would like to see 5,000 people in class. All right. Let's start with 3. That was 10 years ago. So I have a lot of work to do. It's good to have goals. Whether you get there or not, who knows? But that's an invitation. So if you want to jump onto this ship and write this vision, you're certainly welcome. It's very exciting. It's huge. It's really huge. This touches people. Touches all of us in a very core way. And this is ancient wisdom that's functional now. You can use it. And the good thing about it, it is like a tapas restaurant. It's like a dim sum restaurant. You pick what you want for you. You pick what you want for you. My friend Solana was the editor of Empty Vessel magazine, one of the only Taoist magazines around. He says, yes, it's like a restaurant. We serve. You pick what you want. If you like it, take it. If you don't like it, don't eat it. But don't complain. We choose. Taoism is about yourself making those decisions and choosing for yourself with wisdom and knowledge that you gain any way you can. Yeah? Any questions? If not, we'll meditate. No questions? Take a comfortable posture. I want to teach you tonight a breath technique. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. dizzy? Stop. Do you feel nauseous? Stop. Do you feel like extremely uncomfortable? Stop. Do you feel tired? Stop. Feel frightened for any reason? Stop. Anytime you want to stop. But I want to introduce you tonight a state called breathless state. I met a group of Qigong teachers from China recently, sent by the government of China. So we're sitting next to each other. He said, hi. I said, hi. And then, how do you breathe? He asked me. That's the kind of conversation we have with Qigong people. He said, do you do a breathe, deep breathe? Do you do interrupt breathe? Do you do... I said, I do all of it. My preference is long, elongated breath, and my preference is breathless state. That's my preference. This is what I learned and I like. There are many ways of breathing. There's breath, breath, transition, breath, pause, breath, transition, inhale, stop, inhale, transition, exhale, pause, exhale. This is a common technique. The technique that I like is inhale, whenever you're ready, exhale. Yeah? So that's how it's done. You take a breath, you go to a place where it's only inhale, but it's so soft and so slow, it's like no breath at all. Then whenever you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready, you exhale slowly, just like you inhale. And you get to a place where you just kind of let exhale go. It takes a little bit of practice. My suggestion is focus on inhalation first. Practice your exhalation next year. And it'll take you about a year to learn this. You should be able to live in the breathless state for about 500 years. If you haven't, you need to practice.
It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah? You understand me? You need to be in timeless space. You need to get into this space of timelessness and breathlessness. Yeah? Just as a practice. If you feel uncomfortable, stop. I just want to experiment with you. I want you to take a breath. And whenever you're ready, you exhale. But when you exhale, I want you to raise your hand. Okay? So we're just going to practice inhalation only. Just inhale. But when you feel like you're ready to exhale, exhale and raise your hand. Okay, so are you ready? So first you exhale. Then you take a full breath. And now you just only inhale. You think only one thing, soft, thin. No exhalation, just inhalation. Take as long as you like. When you get to a place where there's no more inhalation available, stay there. Just stay there. Whenever you're ready, the body will tell you to exhale. When you exhale, just raise your hand. students in here. And relax. So, who hasn't exhaled yet? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's just a practice. Some can do it longer than others. But it is a practice. It takes you have to focus to do this. You can't be like, be miscellaneous. Occupied with miscellaneous thoughts. It's just too taxing on your mind and your breath. You have to be really peaceful and comfortable with yourself. So, we'll do this again another time. But there's an introduction to a Qigong practice called breathless state. Try it. You'll be surprised what you discover in that state. Try it. It's like wondrous, the knowledge that comes from that space. When you're in a place like you're in the water, you experience something. You're in the wind, you experience something. There's always some lessons there. So in this breathless state, there's a humongous amount of information that you can learn that comes through you when you're in this state. You just go there and let it soak through you. You don't have to do anything. Just let it soak through you, this knowledge, in that state. Yeah? So we're going to meditate for a little while. Take a nice comfortable posture. Let your breath be soft and long and thin. It is said that the hair in your nostril should not move. It is said that if I put my ear next to your nose, I should not hear your breath. This is just a practice. But try it. Make your breath so soft and gentle, and it makes no sound. Make your breath so soft and gentle that the hair in your nose is not wiggling around. Be comfortable with yourself. You may hear a sound of a gong. It's just an instrument of travel. Travel within yourself. Ride the sound. It is a vehicle for you. universe, time, and space. My student Jonah over there put on his Facebook a lesson from his older brother, Tony Daniels. The lesson was, you know, why don't you start out doing 20 push-ups? Next set do 19. The next set do 18. So by the time you finish, it's 200 some push-ups. But it gets easier each time you do them. So same with inviting people. There's about 20 of you in here divided by 3,000. There's 150 people each. But you invite 2. All of a sudden that number gets smaller quicker because now you don't have 150. Those 2 can get more than 150. Well, simple math. Just an idea.
So now you'll have your homework. I wanted to just call your attention to the announcement in the flyer that a week from Sunday on March 6th, Dr. Fang's going to be doing a blessing of the Chinese altar in Isleton. There's an old association there, the Bing Kong Tong Association building, which had apparently a Taoist. I don't know if they don't want to call it a temple, and I'm not sure what they called it way back in the late 1700s, early 1800s, but the community there has decided that they want the altar to be blessed as they place it into a museum there. So they've asked Dr. Fang to come and do that. Anybody that would like to come and be part of that, we welcome you to join us. I think it'd be kind of fun. And I hear they have a great restaurant there called the Pineapple Restaurant. So after the blessing, we can all adjourn to that. And I forgot to put back on the flyer, I took off the Happy New Year on the front, but I forgot to put back that this is the year of the 100th birthday of Grandmaster Wei Ren Fang, who is Dr. Alex Fang's father, who actually coined the term Jidao. His intention as a scholar, a philosopher, and a Taoist master was to be able to talk about Taoism in a way that everybody could understand it and use it and apply it to their lives. And he spent much of his life talking and trying to pass that message along. And it's really that rich legacy that Dr. Fang picked up and infused both his clinical practice and his martial arts school with those kinds of Taoist principles. And now for 11 years he's been doing the last Friday of the month, which is where you are in case you didn't know, at Jidaoguan as a way of not only honoring his father's vision, but I think realizing his own platform and for his own forward leaping. And he's not even a rabbit, he's a rat. But certainly Jidaoguan has been a place that he has nourished and offers to the community as a place to come and, as he puts it, take whatever hors d'oeuvre or entree or dessert works for you, and hopefully you'll be back. We'll be back here at the end of March, and there's a flyer for the rest of the activities in the center out front if you're interested in doing some of that. Our rituals at the end are to come and greet Dr. Fang. If you'd like to say hello, he'll be up here for a few minutes. If you'd like to thank him for the lesson, and then there'll be cookies and tea in the back. Thank you for coming.